The other big story we're watching out of D.C. today, Rick, is what's playing out in the Senate. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell announcing he is stepping down from his leadership post, although we should point out he's planning to serve out the rest of his term. Who is in line to replace him, or I should say which one of the Johns are in line to replace him, and how much influence do you think the former president Donald Trump is going to have on this decision?
Right. There are three Johns, as everybody in Washington is talking about. It's Senator John Cornyn of Texas, John Thune of South Dakota, and John Barrasso of Wyoming. I guess you might say that Cornyn of Texas might be the early favorite. These are guys who have a lot of experience in the Senate. They've worked pretty closely with Mitch McConnell. It doesn't look like we're going to have some upstart who would be able to get enough votes. I mean, the Senate obviously very clubby. They want to go with a known quantity. So get around to the question of Trump. This is a very interesting question because so McConnell is going to serve his two terms here. First is his term as Senate Majority Leader, which basically ends in November, and the Senate Republicans will actually choose their new leader after the elections in November, and that's when McConnell's going to keep the job until then, and then he will no longer be a minority leader or the Republican leader, but he's going to stay in the Senate as a senator until his term is up in 27. But this election for the new Republican leader will come after the November elections, which will tell us two things. Who's the president going to be? Is it going to be Trump or is it going to be Biden? And also, will Republicans take control of the Senate and have a majority? So I'm not so sure that Trump is going to be calling the shots here the way he seems to be calling the shots with regard to what Republicans are doing in the House. He basically seems to be channeling himself straight into House Speaker Mike Johnson, refusing to bring up the Ukraine aid bill for a vote, for example, refusing to vote for a bipartisan immigration bill. That all seems to be Trump's meddling. I'm not sure he's going to have that much influence. Now, if Trump wins in November, I suppose it could be a different story, but there are a lot of things to factor in here, and we're not going to know a lot of this until November, obviously.
Okay, still a lot of time until November. Rick Newman, as always, thanks so much.
See you, Kiko.